Usually I start these videos off by saying good morning, everybody. Today, I have mixed emotions about saying that. It's July the 14th. Yesterday, we witnessed our former President Trump almost get assassinated. If he hadn't have turned his head at the right time, chances are he wouldn't be with us today. Luckily, the bullet just grazed his ear. Of course, all of you know this by now. You've seen the news footage. I hate it for the people in the crowd that was injured and deceased because of this careless act that somebody did. None of this should have ever taken place. None of these people deserve this to happen. And it's sad that we're living in a day and time where these things are still happening. I know they've happened in the past, and you would hope that people would learn from them in a positive manner and that they wouldn't happen again. But here's the thing that I want to talk about today that concerns me is there's some crazy people out there that absolutely hate Donald Trump. It's not that they dislike him or they don't feel he'd be a good president. They hate him. And the people I blame for that primarily is our mainstream media that has bashed him for the last 4 years as hard as they could go, and told about what a bad person he is. I feel like they've told a lot of lies of things that didn't happen. I've heard people, say, well, what do you feel about the January 6th thing? I really don't feel, this is just my opinion. I don't feel like the Trump protesters that was there that day in January are the ones that caused the chaos. I think those people was hired and sent in there to do exactly what they did so that, I'm not even going to say the Democrats necessarily could, not so that they could bash Trump over it and lay the blame on him, but there's a select group of people, I feel like, within that Democrat realm that are evil people. I don't want to group everybody into that term. That there's a group in there, I don't want to mention names, but there's people that I feel like are part of it that arranged that situation. There's people like it. They're putting laughy emojis on Facebook posts about what's happened to Trump. They're saying too bad it missed. All these things, and how could you ever wish anybody would lose their life? I don't get it. I'm not a Trumper by any means. I wish we had two different candidates personally. On a different one on each party, but out of what we got, that's who I would vote for. As far as Joe Biden, I don't hate Joe Biden. I don't feel like he's a good president. I don't feel like he's capable of being president for the next 4 years. But if that's who people want to vote for, that's their right. It's not for me to tell them or bash them because of it or anything, but I personally don't feel like he's capable. I honestly feel sorry for the guy. Watching a press conference the other night, and actually I've watched a couple, where the news media is now kind of turned against him when it had been Trump in the past. And they're questioning Biden on his mental status and if he's been tested and evaluated by doctors and all this and that, and I honestly feel sorry for him. After he goes through that, it kind of makes me want to, I wish I was there to give him a hug. I hate that he's having to go through what he is. I feel like he does have some problems, and I think it's time that his family steps in and kind of coaches him through what to do next. Is Harris our best option as a president? to take over? No, definitely not. But anyways, getting off topic. The media, though, they have built some evil people over these last few years. I have seen them. I have been around them in person. There's people that live not too far from us that I feel like kind of fit into that category that hate Trump. Would they want to see him dead? I don't know, but they hate him. Like, they have a genuine hate for him, and that's scary. Like, when you hate somebody, we should never hate anybody. I tell you that, I don't know. If you don't agree with me and you put a ugly comment in here, I'm just going to block you and delete you. I ain't going to put up with it. I don't like to get political. I don't think I ever have. But this has really weighed on me and bothered me. And I sat for, from the time that happened yesterday till way up in the morning this morning watching news coverage over this. And the thing that's eerie about it is me and Hayden, my oldest son, was sitting there yesterday morning before I went outside and started working. And I told Hayden, I said, I am scared to death that they're going to try to assassinate Trump. And by they, I don't mean Biden. But there's that group of people I was telling you about that I feel like created the destruction part of the insurrection on January 6th. And then there's these crazy people that have, they're crazy. That's all you can explain, that has been built to have that mindset by our mainstream media, and then these other people get on Facebook and wherever and talk about, Trump being a communist and wants the destruction of America and all these things. And I don't feel like that's true. I don't think he wants destruction. I think he really genuinely cares about America and American history and kind of bring things back to what they once was, not be the crazy world we're living in right now. I told Hayden, I said, it concerns me that that's going to happen. And then what happens? That very evening it does. And, Hayden even mentioned, and didn't know about all this stuff. Some of you may have heard it. If not, you can look it up. But he's talking about the show, The Simpsons, and how many things that happened throughout their show that has actually taken place. And he alluded to the fact that, it was mentioned about Donald Trump being assassinated in that show. I've never seen it. I don't know. I never watched The Simpsons, but he's kind of done some research on it. But all that we discussed yesterday morning, and then yesterday evening that happens. The attempt did. And I guess I'm going into a little bit of a conspiracy theory. And I probably shouldn't, but I think I will. And I hope I'm wrong. Like, I really hope I'm wrong on this. But my fear is now is these people that I was talking about, this select group of people, they pretty well know that Biden probably can't beat Donald Trump. Are they going to see this as an opportunity to take out Joe Biden and turn it around and blame it on a retaliation attempt from Donald Trump's party? I hope this does not happen. But the thought has crossed my mind, and with some of the evil group that's there, that's wanting this control, I wouldn't put it past them. And I like I said, I have no hard feelings against Joe Biden. I don't feel like he'd be a good president again. I don't feel like he's done good. And with his health state right now, I definitely don't think he's going to last another 4 years and be able to do anything. and be able to run our country like it should be. I'm also not crazy about Donald Trump doing it, but out of the two, that's who I would vote for, and I think most of you know that. And the people that watches my channel regular, I think, knows that without me even telling it. But, you know, if you can leave your thoughts and comments in a nice manner, that's fine. But if you're going to be ugly about it, and if you're going to say, reinforce some of these wacky people that says that they wish that the bullet hadn't missed and that type of thing, I'm just going to block you and delete you, and you're gone. I just don't want to fool with it. But if you can be nice about it, leave perspectives from both sides. You know, we all have our views and opinions and things. That's why there's different political parties. I personally been kind of wishing that they'd be a good, strong third-party candidate. But now, after this happened, you know, I'm gonna have to back Donald Trump in this, because no person should go through the abuse. I mean, he has completely been abused over the last 4 years. I mean, that is the only way to put it. Abused and lied about, and just like, I mean, if they dug as deep on these other political figures that's been in there years, that's still in there, they'd find a lot more illegal activities than they have found on Donald Trump, and they'd be enough evidence for them to stick, I think. I mean, we've got a crooked government, for the most part. There's some good people, and they just, like I said, I feel like there's a select group there that's dangerous. And I'm not calling them Democrats. I don't know what you would call them. They're just control hungry. And I think they've got so many things going on illegally that they don't want to be exposed or anybody to find out what's going on, and they're trying to protect one another, and they're going to do it at all cost. I don't know. It's I'm just disappointed. I'm hurt, saddened, but I'm not surprised. Like I said, I kind of looked for something like this to happen, unfortunately, just because of the world we're living in and what the media has built. They are indirectly responsible for what happened. I truly believe that most of our mainstream media is indirectly responsible for what happened, and all these people that has demonstrated the hate towards Trump and things, they're indirectly responsible. I just hope that we don't have any more of this happen. I really hope we don't. But anyways, I'm gonna get off of here. This will probably be the last that I bring this up, the one and the only time, unless something else major happens, and I'm hoping that, like I said, I hope that don't. And y'all may disagree with me, and just want you to know how I feel and the things I've been thinking and stuff. But sad day in America. But we'll talk to y'all later.